we're going to get right into it today. So this was a very interesting one. And it's funny because at first I didn't even want to report it because it came from a page that I hate because they always put out fake news. And then what's funny is a bunch of people that I respect started saying the same things. I was like, okay, we need to talk about it. So Chris Evans will reportedly appear in an unknown role in the Fantastic Four First Steps.
I think it's important we give the context of this post because everyone seemed to have taken that's what he meant, but Alex Perez from Cosmic Circus posted a GIF, one of those videos like short without sound, a social media GIF, and it was just of Chris Evans, Captain America. You didn't even see his face, but he was just kind of flashing the shield, and all of a sudden everyone was like, oh my God, Christopher, that was kind of whack. I was trying to do the Steve Carell thing, like, oh my God, it's happening. And I sounded kind of sus doing it. So, yeah, so the haters can hate that one. But anyway, we are going to talk about this because I don't know if that's necessarily what he meant. But I did 2 TikToks on it. I think Stevie did a TikTok on it. TikTok, Mr. Clock. So what do you think, Stevie?
So this is very interesting, bro, because I think that it could mean 2 things, right? It could mean one that we are getting Captain America popping up in the Fantastic Four, and this could feed a known kind of rumor that's going on. And the rumor that is going on is that some of the variants of Steve Rogers, or like some of the variants of Steve Rogers will be kind of popping up, trying to fake as the MCU Captain America, but they're actually a bad guy. So like that, it could feed that tail, right? But then it could also feed the other tail of, as of what you talked about first, which was the Johnny Storm variant. You know what I mean? And when you posted it, it really made me think about a lot of things. But I want you to get into your Johnny Storm variant stuff first, and then I'll kind of feed off you because that was your idea. So
I am going to talk about it briefly now, but when we get into the chairs, I am going to break down a big theory of mine. Okay. If you follow me on socials, which if you watch the show, you should follow me on social because I like to have fun. And on Threads, my people are starting to find me. At first it was just a bunch of intellectual inferiors. Now it's intellectual inferiors and real fans. So anyway, here's the thing. I think that it's very possible we're going to see Chris Evans in Fantastic Four. I almost don't want to. It's not that I'm opposed to him coming back to the MCU again. I just want the Fantastic Four to be established, standing on their own without the help of Chris Evans. However, it's possible we see him as Johnny Storm or as Steve Rogers, because here's the thing. We know that a portion of this movie is going to take place in the 60s. Steve Rogers, he's the first Avenger, World War II, 1940-something. So it could make sense that in the universe that we're going, where the Fantastic Four, there is a Steve Rogers. Although I do think that they have kind of established through some of the rumors in the leaks that there's not really superheroes in the Fantastic Four universe for the Fantastic Four First Steps. And that's why they're so famous and so beloved, because they're the only ones. They're really Imaginauts, not really superheroes, but that's a whole other story. Now, it's also possible we could see a Johnny Storm variant, and we're going to see Chris Evans as the Human Torch, like we saw him last summer in Deadpool Wolverine. I think it's anyone's guess. I don't understand. Thank you, Chigs. We appreciate you. I don't understand, if someone were to tell me, oh, I think it's this or that or one of the two, I would ask them, well, what makes you believe that? Because a lot of times people have crazy theories, or I don't really know. And I'll just be like, well, what makes you believe that? And I think it's a fair question because, what would make someone believe something and that's what I want to know. So, because I don't see something that would make me so confident that it's one versus the other.
don't think about this Johnny Storm thing. So the only way in my mind that I can see Johnny Storm kind of happening is because we are like there's that running theory, right, about the fact that the Earth that this Fantastic Four is on is going to be completely chalked, and it's like the only way I see the Johnny Storm coming is from another Earth. Like his Earth is destroyed, and he pops up on their planet for a second, and then we get to see something like that happen. Or even, I mean, look. Look, when it comes to variants, right? It can be anybody. So he could be freaking the president of the USA. We really like Chris Evans could be anyone. So it's
he
as
could
you said,
be, the Joe Biden looking Steve Rogers, but he's not going to fall asleep on screen.
Yeah. Or he could even look like Trump. Who knows, bro? Add some weight to him. You never know, man. So